Hmm.
All right, Craig, what do you got for us?
Well, why are you asking me that?
Oh, you sound like this. That's what you sound like. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg Benson.
I thought for a second you forgot your last name.
I'll be honest with you, I did for just a second.
Yeah. Okay.
For just a moment. If I can be totally honest with you for the first time.
Wow, that's the first time.
That's the first time ever.
We've had genuine conversations in the past, and
I don't remember those.
I assumed they were honest.
I don't remember. Listen, people right now are waiting to hear your name. They're like, but who's the other guy? What's his name?
Greg Benzine!
There he is. Wow, filled with excitement, too. I love that.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to the greatest podcast in the world. Two guys talking about things related to lettuce.
Yep. I mean, I don't know why you made the title even longer, but yeah. Two guys talking about lettuce, everybody. And we don't actually talk about lettuce very often. But I did prepare. I gathered lettuce news, and I usually do just in case.
I'm glad because I'm excited to see what you have prepared for today because I feel like you're going to make this episode extra special.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just by your presence.
Huh. Well, as long as it's only my presence that is required, sure. But I feel like you're trying to put pressure on me to.
No, not at all. No, I'm sure by your presence and all the things that you've prepared, it's going to be an amazing day for one and all.
Why, Greg? What was I supposed to prepare? You didn't say I had to prepare anything.
Just whatever you prepared, I'm sure is going to be great. Just go ahead and just lay it on us. I'm so excited. Lay it on us, Craig.
Jesus.
Why do people listen to this? Oh my God! I can't believe this. I can't believe that this podcast is so popular. Do you know we've just exceeded 10 million listens? Did you notice that? We have just passed the 10 million plays mark.
On what? On what are we talking about here?
The podcast counting listener count of the podcast listeners.
You're just changing the tone of your voice, but the words don't make any sense, really.
All right. Well, congratulations anyway on 10 million views or listens or whatever. I'm really excited.
Greg, do you want to know 6 ways to keep your lettuce fresh?
Yes, I do. You know what I was thinking when I woke up this morning? I was like, man, what would make today special?
Yeah.
And then I thought, a handy from a homeless man? And then I thought, no.
Oh, my God.
I thought, no.
No, that wouldn't be special?
That wouldn't do it. I mean, it would make it memorable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it wouldn't make it special. And then I thought, no. It's, what did you say about lettuce? It's something about lettuce?
Yeah. 6 ways to keep it fresh.
Yeah. That's
what you thought?
That's what I thought. The thing about lettuce that you said.
The thing that you couldn't remember just now?
Yeah. That's what I've been looking forward to. I mean, as long as I'm not going to get that handy, then that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Well, listen, you can utilize leftover napkins, Greg, and you can get rid of moisture in the lettuce. It becomes soggy. If you get rid of the moisture, it'll stay fresher longer, you know?
You know what's really weird is that my mother-in-law, she used to wrap lettuce in paper towels, and I always thought, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Turns out there was a reason.
I guess so. Yeah, get rid of the moisture, Greg. It worked. So it turns out this was your mother-in-law, you said?
Does that work also for people if you get rid of the moisture, they last longer?
Maybe.
I think it's the opposite. I think that people are supposed to stay moist.
Probably not too moist though.
There's nothing I love more than moist people. By the way, that's the title of this episode, Moist People.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Greg.
I'm glad. I'm glad we finally have a good title. I'm going to make a note of this.
What makes moist people so lovable to you? What is it about?
Well, you don't want people to be all dried out. I mean, then that just leads to a lot of problems. Heart attacks, strokes, I'm guessing, things like that. You don't want to be all dried out. That's why people should always go to bed with a glass of water in their hand. Fall asleep with a glass of water in your hand. So that
you don't have to have that. You don't have to have the glass in your hand.
You get thirsty in the night. It's right there.
Table.
I'm just saying. in the middle of the night.
Do you have an end table? Do you have a table or a bedstand?
End table's not necessary. Everybody's got a hand. So everybody's
no, Greg,
every single person on the earth has a hand.
Pretty sure you're going to lose your grip when you fall asleep. You're gonna.
Well, whose fault is that? If you don't know how to sleep correctly and you can't hold a glass of water throughout the night, whose fault is that? It's not my fault.
No one's doing this, Greg. No one sleeps this way.
I'm just saying, if you did, your water would always be available when you're thirsty. That's all I'm saying.
Well, available as a water, as a big puddle in your bed. That's how it would be available.
I mean, if you have a big puddle in your bed, then obviously you have not prepared. You know, you got to prepare knowing like, oh, what if I fall asleep and I forget I'm holding the glass of water and it tips over? Well, then obviously you need to have some sort of like a dish underneath it to capture the water, or
maybe a full irrigation system.
Maybe. I don't really know. I don't know how. It just depends on how much budget you have.
Yeah, I guess so.
But all I'm saying is, if you're prepared and you have a nice dish that the water can pour into, if you happen to lose your grip in the night, then the water goes into the dish. You wake up in the night, you're thirsty, you lift up the dish, you tilt it gently back into the glass, then you drink the water from the glass.
Okay.
And that will prevent you from getting heart attacks and strokes. You're welcome, listeners. You're welcome.
Now my dog's barking, and I don't mean my feet are hurting, and it's distracting me. Sorry.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Say
it again. Say it all again.
You get distracted. Again. Okay, sure. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Greg Benson.
Hey, I'm Craig Benzine.
That's what you wanted me to repeat, right? That's the thing. Again?
That's it. Well, from that point on to catch me up again.
Welcome to the Moist People episode, everybody. You know, the best kind of people are moist people.
Yes. I think the hydration is very important. Can you hear that dog?
That dog's making some noise. The weird thing is, your microphone cuts out loud noises, but I can hear little hints of dogs barking.
Yeah.
6 or 7 dogs sounds like you got. How many dogs you have? 18? How many dogs?
One.
So you were like one of those crazy cat ladies, except for dogs.
Well, except for one dog. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm a man, and it's not a cat, and it's just one dog.
So now, tell me more about this. This you're a man. Tell me more about this.
Well, I anatomically, I have male parts.
Okay,
and I identify
and what parts are those?
Well, the penis for one.
Okay.
And I don't know. What am I, a doctor?
Should we call this episode Craig Has a Penis?
Sure.
A lot of people would listen to that and be like, ooh, let's find out about that.
I feel like that would get, I don't know, there'd be some sort of consequence on YouTube and probably Spotify on the algorithm. Probably.
I feel like this episode has started off in a very inappropriate manner. I mean, we are less than 10 minutes into it. We've already talked about handies and penises and people being moist. And I feel like for the rest of the episode, we should really just try to keep it G-rated in case there are any 2-year-olds listening to this.
I don't see much of a problem talking about people being moist as far as being G-rated. I don't know,
man.
It depends on context, I suppose. But,
why do people hate the word, especially women? Why do women hate the word moist so much? There must be women listening to this and going like shivering every time we say the word moist, like they're cold.
Yeah.
Like every time we say moist, they go, they're really cold.
Yeah. That was a good impression of women, right?
Thank you. That's my impression of women getting cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use a lot of V's. Why does the word moist make women so cold?
I guess it probably reminds them of moisture, which is cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, the word itself, it's kind of unpleasant, isn't it?
Is it? I don't think it's an unpleasant word.
No.
I mean, that word, as I explained earlier, that word could save your life.
How? Well,
Nobody wants to have a stroke or a heart attack.
I think we're talking hydration here more so than just being moist. I think that's really what we're talking about. Yeah.
I'm drinking water right now. I almost spit some out when I was laughing there. I almost spit some out.
Yeah, and then your pants would have been moist.
Oh man! Speaking of my pants would have been moist.
Yeah.
We have a new review on Apple Podcasts, and this is a great review. I'm going to go ahead and read this. This is from Shoo via Apple Podcasts from the United States of America.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's a terrific country.
We live here.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
The title of the review is "Take a Deep Breath and Listen About Ravines." And then Shoo says, this is the content of the review right here. Shoo says, their suggestions about pizza were life-changing. Also, thanks to their talk about lettuce, I learned that if you stop breathing, your breathing no longer happens.
Wow.
That's from Shoo.
Are those
stars.
things we actually talked about? I don't remember.
I'm sure we must have.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember everything that we've talked about.
It really is. I go back and listen sometimes. I'm like, wow, this is great to hear this for the first time. And and these strangers are funny, I say to myself.
You pretend that you're listening to a couple of strangers?
Or no, I actually think they're strangers. I really do.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. You know, every once in a while I'll listen. You know, while I go for a walk in the neighborhood, I'll listen to us, and as I've talked about before, I'll laugh along with us. I find that I find that the things that you say that make me laugh, like while we're doing this live, also make me laugh again when I'm listening to it later.
I feel the same way about you. Sometimes I'm listening and you're saying something, and I'm like, oh man, I hope I say this next thing, and I usually do. So I'm pretty consistent in my thoughts.
Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. I hate when I think of a better joke. I think of a better comeback later. I'm like, I should have said that. Why didn't I say that?
Well, I'll try to be better, Greg.
It's like when I'm watching a bad movie and then later I'm reviewing the stream and I notice that there was some shoulder shaking that I didn't notice during the stream. I'm like, there's shoulder shaking right there.
That's his thing. To those who don't watch bad movies live, is he picks out the shoulder shaking in all the old movies. A man shaking the shoulders of a woman. It happens
usually
all the time.
It does. It's very common in bad movies, especially from the 50s and 60s. There's a lot of shoulder shaking, but you find it in all eras and genres. Usually the woman is hysterical and the man needs to shake some sense into her. And it's a ridiculous thing to do because I feel like it's something that no one actually does in real life, but apparently
it would never work.
Apparently sometimes people do it in real life and it's not funny.
After watching Bad Movies Live, as you know, I model my life after everything that happens on Bad Movies Live.
Sure.
I tried that with my wife. She was a little upset.
I'm sorry, you tried that with who?
My wife. Okay. See, the video watchers could see my really hard eye roll while I was doing that.
Yeah, you rolled them hard.
Yeah.
You rolled them all the way up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my wife was like, "Oh, we're out of Cheerios." And so I shook her shoulders and I said, "It's okay. Everything's going to be okay." It didn't
Get a hold of yourself.
Get a hold of yourself. Yes, and it didn't work. Just didn't.
Oh, man.
So if you're making a movie and you have a scene where someone is hysterical, probably a woman, knowing you, whoever's writing this movie, and you want to have a man shake their shoulders and shake sense into them, you are on your way to being featured on Bad Movies Live.
It's so true. We have seen so much shoulder shaking that it's just a thing now. Like at first, it didn't really occur to us that it was a thing, but we kept seeing it in movie after movie. And I don't know why so many bad movies just rely on it. You know, like at a moment of great intensity and the woman's hysterical, the man has to sometimes he literally says, "Get a hold of yourself."
Yeah, well, it's much easier to do something like that than to write dialogue that would make sense in that moment.
I hate dialogue that makes sense. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all.
No. Or like have a woman share her feelings in that moment,
So wait, now tell me more about this. Women have feelings? Tell me more about that.
Yeah. Well, they're people, and people have, we have emotions, we have feelings, things happen, and we internally feel a certain way about it. Yeah.
That's great. Talk more about that.
Well, like if you're you see something sad, like I don't know. I don't want to go too sad here. I don't want to bring everyone down. But like a dog dying, like I'm sorry, Greg.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
You just reminded me.
Yeah, but that feeling inside you now, that feeling, you feel that?
Yeah.
That's a feeling.
Yeah.
And guess what? Women have those too.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I just wish you were here in person to shake my shoulders, to shake some sense into me.
Yeah. Get a hold of yourself. Death is a part of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is great. And now let me just to clarify, is this part of the podcast that you planned? Is this planned?
All of this is scripted, actually.
Okay. I like it. I think you're doing
and
it.
Now,
yeah.
And now we're coming to the point where Greg shares his special talent.
Oh,
so
okay,
Greg,
great.
you prepared a talent for this episode?
Yeah. And this is visual, but my hand looks totally normal. See, looks totally normal. Ready for this? Ready for this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Double jointed thumb.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
That is a horrible choice of talent hand, for this podcast.
Other hand can't do that. Left hand, I don't know why. It's just one thumb. Double jointed. Wow. You can't do that, can you?
I think look at my fingers. Look at my fingers. This is great podcast content.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that I have just one double jointed thumb. Your finger looks terrific the way you can do it. I can't do that.
I can do that with
mine go this
all
far.
my fingers like bend.
Well, I feel like that's a double. I feel like that's a double jointed thing also.
Oh, it is. And my thumb.
Craig, I feel like we're gonna be like on podcast 300, and we're still gonna be discovering new things that we have in common.
New things about each other's bodies.
Yeah, that we have in common.
Yeah. Great.
Speaking of discovering new things about each other's bodies, you are going to be here in Los Angeles in just a few weeks, and we will have plenty of time to discover new things about each other's bodies.
Now that feeling, are you feeling that discomfort, that uncomfortable feeling inside you? Are you feeling that?
No, I feel great.
Okay.
I feel great. So my son got a job at In-N-Out Burger. I think I sent you this picture.
Oh yeah, I see. He seems a little young. How old's your son?
He's 7. But he's in charge of the buns, as you can tell.
Okay.
And
all right.
For anybody who's watching, you see the picture that I'm holding up. If you're listening, then you can't see the picture, and that's that's a byproduct of of your decision. You chose to listen to this instead of watch it. So that and here's a picture of me.
This is the most visual podcast episode we've done.
Here's another picture of me and my son in his classroom.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to go to school, and then they took a picture and they printed it.
That's less concerning, him being in a school, than being at a job at 7 years old.
It's a good job though.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hang on. I got a text 19 minutes ago from Craig Benzine, who just texted, "Ready, bro."
Yeah. You just saw it now?
I just saw it just now. Apparently, you're ready to start. 19 minutes ago.
I am ready to start. Yeah.
Which is amazing because this podcast has been going on for 18 minutes.
Yeah. So I really assumed you saw my text and then logged on.
No, I did not see it. I just saw it just now. I mean, and honestly, I feel bad for not noticing the text earlier.
Could you maybe have more of a lengthy apology about it, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No. Well, I didn't say slow-mo.
Yeah, apology. But if I go slower, then it takes longer, so it makes it more lengthy.
Maybe, but what you just did was not longer. So.
Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of lengthy, you're going to be here in a few weeks.
Yes.
And
for a long time, or
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I think just like a week. I think you're going to be here for a week.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to having you out here. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
You're going to bring.
I don't know
you're going to bring.
Lengthy
I think
reminded you.
I think your wife and your son. You're taking your wife and your son out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in so many words, yes.
Okay, it's going to be great. We're going to have a good time. We're going to celebrate the 4th of July, which I believe comes on July 4 this year. And
every year, that's the name.
Followed by Cinco de Mayo the next day. Cinco means 5.
Yeah.
So that's going to be
I mean, it will be followed by a Cinco de Mayo, like almost a year later. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I didn't mean immediately followed by.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
you did say the next day, but
the next day is the 5th. There's July 4th, and the next day is the 5th.
Yeah, the next day is July 5th.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, they were also known as Cinco de Mayo.
You have a problem with details here, Greg. Like you're looking at just the numbers here. A numbers man. You're being a numbers man.
I'm a numbers guy. I mean, I should have been an accountant.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, but give me some example of some the ways you're passionate about numbers.
Some accounting? You want some accounting?
Yeah.
Well, you know, like let's say that like if somebody like cuts in front of the line at a carpool, you know, like they're dropping their kid off at school. I mean, I'll go up and I'll if I see it happen, I'll knock on their window like I did this morning, and I'll be like, "Hey, all these people are waiting in line. Why did you get in front of everybody?" I hold them accountable.
Okay. Yeah. That's not being an accountant. That has nothing to do with numbers.
Let me tell you something. That mom, she apologized. She said, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Okay, but just don't do it again because it's not cool."
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, I was coming from the other direction." I'm like, "Well, you have to just drive, you know, your car, you can turn the wheel and it goes it turns in different directions and you can turn it and go around the block and get in the line." You know, listen, I'm all about fairness. You know I'm all about fairness.
Yeah, I know, Greg. But also that's not about numbers. That's not.
I'm just saying that I could have been an accountant. And now it's time for the Patreon only bonus section. I love how I just surprised you with that. You should, if you're not watching, Craig's eyes got so wide they're big enough to fit other eyes in them. It's now time for the Patreon only bonus section, exclusively for the best people in the world, starting right now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section.
How is it that when we begin these bonus sections and end them, it's always like this really firm interruption? Like how does that happen when you're the one controlling it? How?
Listen, all I'm doing is that I get that flashing light which says, you know, begin the bonus section, and then it flashes again in the bonus section. And now the applause light just went on.
Okay,
the applause light again. So
now you have to remember to put some applause in. Are you gonna write that down?
Well, we'll find. Yeah, we'll just see later if I remember it or not.
Okay, all right. So, you were gonna tell me the secret how you stay healthy, Greg. How do you do it?
Well, what I like to do is I like to eat and drink.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll use my legs. I'll walk around a little bit.
Yeah. So
basically, I'm just living a life. I'm just living as a person. You're just
doing the very basic things required to survive.
Yeah, I'm doing basic stuff.
But I'm talking more about like, how do you avoid sickness? How do you avoid? Because like during the Patreon only section, we talked about how my family, China and Ada, these are the people that live with me.
Right.
They got sick and I didn't. And you say that is usually what happens with you. How do you stay healthy?
Yeah, Charlie usually gets sick and then Kim will catch it, which just happened. He got sick a week ago. Kim, just to catch you all up. Now Kim is sick, but she's getting better. And I didn't get it. I honestly, I think it's luck, but sometimes it's just like...
Is it the bubble that you stay in? Is it the bubble that you tend to reside in at your house?
I do live inside the plastic bubble.
Yeah.
Just like John Travolta did in that movie where he played a boy in a plastic bubble. I can't remember the name of the movie.
He played a boy in a plastic bubble?
He played a boy in a plastic bubble in a made-for-TV movie back in like the 70s. And I don't remember the name of that movie. But I'm sure that one of our viewers will leave that comment on the YouTube's video.
Okay. He was the original Bubble Boy?
Yeah. Oh, I think that was what it was called. The original Bubble Boy.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't live in a bubble. I think I just get lucky, and I try to do a combination of eating healthy and eating non-healthily.
Okay.
I love sugar, so I eat a lot of desserts.
Yeah.
I'll have a treat every day. Will you have a treat every day, or do you skip days?
Pretty much.
I feel like you listen. You got to live your life.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, if I do this for a while, I'll be healthier. But then I'm like, oh, but I want life to be good. So
yeah. So I mean, it's not like every week I'm going out and buying another Costco apple pie. Although I do love Costco apple pie.
Yeah.
Guys, if you're going to buy a Costco apple pie, get the one that they make with the lattice top, not the crumb top. The crumb top one is not as good. The lattice top, really, really good.
Two guys talking about lattice right here. Thank you for listening.
Whoa! I see what you did. That was amazing. Wow.
Yeah, that was all scripted. All of that.
Wow. So. We brought it back around to lattice. Delicious.
Yeah, we did.
I guess they say lattice is healthy.
Yeah. Eat it up.
Yeah.
Eat it up.
I used to know a woman named Gladys.
Okay.
She was not that healthy.
Hey, what? When you said Gladys,
yeah,
I got an image in my mind of an unhealthy woman. Why did I do that? That was based on the name.
Gladys is not a healthy name. If you were to name your daughter Gladys, she will not grow up to be a healthy lady. And by the way, I want to apologize to any people who are offended because they have named their daughter Gladys.
Or if your name is Gladys.
Yeah, if your name is Gladys, you already know that you're not healthy. Yeah. If your name is Gladys and you're listening to this, put down the fried pork rinds.
Yeah.
Step away from the bowl of lard soup.
Any perfectly healthy Gladyses out there?
I wonder if there ever has been a healthy Gladys. It does not seem like a healthy person if your name's going to be Gladys.
Oh no!
I feel like any Gladys that you meet is not going to be moist. That is going to be a non-moist Gladys.
Very dry.
It's going to be a dry, kind of shriveled up person.
Okay. Come on now.
I've gone too far now?
I mean,
speaking the truth.
There are real people named Gladys, Craig.
You can't handle the truth.
Remember I was telling you about feelings before? Like people have them internally. Some people, that might make some people have bad feelings.
See, I thought you were going to say you have them internally. Some people have them externally, which I thought that's what you were going to say. And I was going to ask you, how is that possible? How do you have external feelings?
Well, like physical feelings, I suppose. Yeah.
I guess
I'm feeling the microphone.
Whoa. How do your external feelings differ from your internal feelings, Craig? I'm sure you get that question a lot, and everybody really wants to know the answer.
Well, my external feelings are outside of my body.
Uh-huh.
But are they always like okay? So like if I have a sore muscle, that feels more like an external feeling, even though it's underneath the skin, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Greg. Oh my God. The face he's making. Once you attempt to try to talk about anything serious, it is ruined. It is ruined by Greg. Oh my God. I think you're afraid of reality, Greg. I think that's what this is about. I do have they call it realityophobia. Okay.
But really, that just refers to reality TV. I am afraid of reality television shows. I don't care for reality programming.
It sounds like you're afraid of it. Why?
I'm slightly afraid of it. Oh, sure, okay. I've seen some of it.
Yeah.
Like I watched that new show, The Osbournes, about Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne.
I wouldn't call that new.
And their children.
Yeah.
I also watched that other new reality show about that. What's that plus-sized Playboy model who's the guest? She was the guest model, Anna Nicole Smith. I watched her show. She's terrific.
Okay.
I think she's great.
Very old show. Yeah.
These are reality shows. Reality program is a new thing. It's basically a new thing. And so I've seen those shows. I think they're terrific.
Okay. But I thought you just said you didn't like reality shows.
I don't care for reality TV. Not a fan.
Just listed two very old ones, and you said they were terrific.
Yeah,
and you also said you didn't care for them.
Because I don't care for them. They don't make them like they used to.
But okay, but you said you didn't care for those old ones.
Yeah, I don't like those either.
Okay, now I'm beginning to understand why you don't like reality shows, because you're watching people behave the way normal people actually behave in reality.
I don't think that
you don't behave the same way.
I don't think anyone behaves the way that like Anna Nicole Smith and Ozzy Osbourne do.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think so. By the way, that Anna Nicole Smith, she seems like a lovely person. She seems terrific.
But when you talk about reality TV, what comes to mind? Like the Kardashians or anything on Bravo?
Yeah.
Yeah. But aren't there examples of good reality TV?
Yeah, I'm sure there must be. I'm sure there must be.
Okay. What's happening?
Huh?
Why did you just put a picture of a car with no doors on it? Looks like it went through an accident. Really old, decrepit car.
I don't know if this is the time or place for it, but I just want to say I am selling a car. I have a car that's available for sale, and I've got a photo of it. And
over my face.
There's well, I can't put it over my face. I mean, now you're being silly. I just wanted to show it. It's $3,900, which I think. I mean, try to find a used car for $3,900 nowadays. You can't do it. It might be a BMW or a Toyota. No one can really tell, but it's like a convertible, except it's like on the sides instead of the roof.
Right. Yeah.
So
I guess it's like a convertible in that way.
Yeah.
There's an open section of the car.
Yeah. So if anybody wants that, just contact me. And I'll $3,900.
What the hell was that?
I take Venmo.
What the hell was that, Greg?
I just wanted to make the video more visual. I'm trying to give rewards to the people who are watching it on YouTube, and I wanted to make it more visual for those
by
people.
Advertising your car in the middle of our episode.
Yeah, and also just try to make a little extra money. I mean, we really don't make much money off of this podcast.
No.
I would say we make pennies per week.
So you think the answer to making more money is to sell things?
To sell
personal items?
Yeah. To sell some stuff. Yeah.
Great.
Like for instance, I have this connector. It's I don't know what this connector is, but I don't use it. But anybody can buy this from me if they want.
Looks like an HDMI adapter.
Yeah, like $30. $30. I'll send this to you. Yeah, I think it's HDMI, USB right there. $30 includes shipping anywhere in this country, and I will ship it to you.
Includes shipping? $30
in this country. Like if they're out of the United States, it's going to cost more. Now,
is there a discount code at all? Or,
yeah, there is. Okay. And after they buy it and I ship it to them, then I'll give them the discount code later.
Do not believe what Greg says. Do not buy things with the promise of a discount code.
Let me tell you something.
That's not how it works.
If someone pays me $30, I will actually send them this. I'm just saying. I have it. I don't use it. I don't really know what it's for. But it's been sitting on my desk. It's been sitting on my desk for
HDMI.
ages.
That's useful.
Is it? Why? Why is it useful?
Well, if you want to plug in a USB monitor to a computer.
Oh, I should keep it then. That sounds like a good idea.
I mean, an HDMI monitor. Yeah.
An HDMI, yes.
Yeah,
I should keep that then. I should get another monitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so he's not going to sell it now because he suddenly wants...
I'll still sell it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. If someone buys the car for $3,900, I'm going to throw in that HDMI cable.
I bought a car that was in much better shape than that car for $1,000.
No, you didn't. No one buys a car for $1,000.
I did.
What kind of car did you get for $1,000?
A 91
how long
Toyota,
ago was this?
91 Toyota Corolla in like 2006 or 7.
Yeah, you know what? Now it's worth way more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, used cars have gotten very expensive. Don't you read the news?
Oh, yeah, that's true. But a 91 Corolla, you think?
91 Corollas are way in demand.
Oh, really?
You know why? Because as the years go on, there are fewer and fewer of them in existence. They become scarce.
Yeah, I don't know that always means they're going to be worth more.
That car is nearly 30 years old.
Yes. and falling apart. Yes,
yeah. If this was recorded 5 years ago, that would be true. Now it's over 30 years old. You didn't do the math. I did the math.
No, I didn't.
You know why?
I didn't care.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I guess you're a numbers guy.
I'm a numbers guy. You know me. I'm like an accountant. I hold people accountable.
That's not. I mean, kind of. But no, that's not what accountants do.
All right, Craig, I feel like this episode's gone off the rails, and I'm not pointing any fingers or anything, but I do feel like it's your fault, and so I'm going to leave it to you.
We have no rails. There are no rails to these episodes. How could it have gone off the rails?
I'm gonna basically ask you to bring this episode back on track, as they say. Put it back on track. Right. Let's move forward in a positive way, and let's bring it on home, as they say. You know?
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's rally around the flag and try to lead that horse to water and make it drink. You know what I mean? You know?
I'm getting more confused.
Let's have some cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting more confused now. I don't know what you want me to do.
I don't know why you'd get confused. Why would you get a cake and not eat it? That's I mean, I think it's confusing to say that you can't have your cake and eat it too, because honestly, I've had cake and I've eaten it.
Yeah. Greg.
So, yeah.
And now it's time for Greg to display another special talent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And now it's time. Oh, he's doing another visual thing. He's pointing up in the air.
That was just for the YouTubers. Don't describe it. Don't describe it to the listeners.
Why do you hate the listeners, Greg?
I don't hate the listeners. I think they're amazing, and especially the Patreon peeps. They're the best peeps. But
and now it's time for Greg to do an impression.
Oh God. Okay.
An audio impression.
All right. This is my impression of James Spader as a baby.
Okay.
James Spader as a baby.
Okay.
Hey, look, man, I'm just like this baby, man. You know, it's like look at me, I'm like a baby or something. Okay?
That was pretty good. Talking baby is pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, James, listen, James Spader, he's a smart dude. I'm just
That
assuming.
was the first impression where you actually tried to sound like the person you were doing an impression of. That was.
Yeah, you think that was
nice.
Pretty good?
Yeah, maybe you should try that more often, because that's pretty nice.
All right, here is Ronald Reagan on a whale watching expedition.
Okay.
Whale? Thank you.
Pretty good.
He just spotted a whale.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I get it.
This is another impression. This is Ronald Reagan walking up to a wishing well.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Well.
Okay.
All right.
So he just likes to say the things he sees. That's what he does.
Yeah. Pretty much. I have like 10 more Reagan impressions.
Here's Ronald Reagan in the forest.
Oh, Ronald Reagan in the forest.
Tree.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's a good one. That's the next one I was going to do, but you nailed it.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to do anymore. Obviously you've been working on your Reagan impressions also.
Yeah, I have. I really have.
Yeah.
Did you watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel?
I saw the first season and then a few episodes of the second season, and I thought, I just don't need any more of this.
Well, you're wrong. You did need more.
I really didn't.
I kind of stopped, and then China wanted to continue, and I'm glad she did, because it is great. And it ended yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
2 days ago, and it was, or maybe a week ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw the last episode last night, and it was amazing. The whole show.
Did Lenny Bruce ever die during the show? Did he die on one of the episodes?
I don't want to spoil anything.
Oh, come on. Just tell me. Did Lenny Bruce die? Because we know that he actually died in real life.
He didn't die in the show.
He didn't die in the show?
No.
I'm not interested.
I think it was implied that he died at some point.
If they're not brave enough to deal with Lenny Bruce's death, then why would I need to waste my time watching that show?
That's all you wanted to see? You just wanted to see Lenny Bruce
I'll
die?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Why Kim and I both lost interest in the show in the very first episode, she got up on stage and she flashed her boobs, and you got to see her boobs. Mm-hmm. And then every episode after that, you're like, when's she going to flash her boobs in this episode?
Yeah.
And she never did. And here we were like halfway through the second season, and we looked at each other and were like, I don't think she's going to flash her boobs again.
Yeah. I think, that I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're like, well, why would we watch it if she ain't flashing her boobs no more?
Yeah. 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 That's how you talk too. Yeah. That's all I'm sure a very true story.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. First episode, you're like, oh great, she's gonna flash her boobs every show. And it's like they purposely misled the viewers.
Yeah. You don't flash boobs early, that's
I mean, usually that's like near the end of the second season. Like you tease it for like 2 seasons, like one of these days I'm gonna flash my boobs, and then finally she does, and then you're like, oh yay.
Yeah. But I can actually I can think of a lot of scenes in shows where the character was like, one of these days I'm gonna flash my boobs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They say that. They just say it.
Yeah.
Like, I think Sopranos, there was an episode.
I remember Tony Soprano said that, like, in the middle of the second season, and you're like, when's he going to do it? And then finally, like, in season 4, I think it was episode 7, he finally did. And you're like, there they are.
Yeah. And then in Breaking Bad, he was like, I'm the one who knocks, and then we'll flash my boobs.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. That's terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, your impressions are very good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you do in Breaking Bad, what's his name? Heisenberg.
Aaron Paul.
Can you do Heisenberg spotting a whale on a whale watching expedition?
Let me see. That he wouldn't say anything.
Oh, he just points at it. Okay, that was again, it's something for the YouTube viewers. That was very visual.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I don't know why he would just say whale.
Everybody else who's just listening, they just heard silence. They just heard a bunch of silence.
Yeah. But the anticipation they had. Again, internal feelings, Greg. Internal. They had some.
I love internal feelings. I always have. Yeah.
Really? Any internal feelings?
Yeah. Yeah, really. I just think they're great. I'm just a big fan.
Why are you getting so quiet?
Sometimes you just want to get intimate. Let's just get intimate with people.
Okay.
This
is Greg's intimate voice.
Yeah. Everybody hey, listen, everybody lie down. Wherever you are right now, driving a car, whatever, lie down, get in the back seat, lie down. And
pull the car over first.
Put the phone next to you. You're probably listening on a phone, or you're watching on your phone, or maybe you have another device like a phone or something.
Wait. Okay, pull the car over first. Yeah. Also, probably don't do any of this. Let's wait until he gets done before.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Pull the car over. Get in the back seat. Lie down. Put the phone next to you, and just enjoy the sound of my voice. I mean, it's just you and me now.
Yeah.
Just you and me. Yeah. Craig's gone. It's just the two of us.
No, I'm still here.
Shh. You're gone. And
no,
just me and the listener.
You can't just kick me off the podcast like that. I can talk. I can talk like this too. I can talk like this.
Okay, now you're being creepy.
I'm a very talented man.
Okay, talk like this. I know you're talented, but you're being creepy right now. It's weird. Honestly, it's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't care for it.
You are impossible. You're an impossible man, Greg.
Kind of. I'm reasonably impossible. Reasonably impossible.
People are firing up this podcast. They're like, oh boy, I can't wait to listen to Greg be impossible again.
Oh, at least you know that I'm not like this in person.
Yeah. Sometimes you are, but here's the thing. I enjoy it. That's why we're friends.
Yeah, I know. Me too. But in person, we hang out. I'm a regular person. I'm extremely boring, not very funny.
Yes. Actually, yeah, this is why I like to do this podcast, because finally a reason to be this guy's friend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's
but not in person, so boring.
But in person, I sing much more. I do a lot of singing.
You do actually do a lot of singing.
There's a lot of singing.
You want to do some now?
Nah, it's not a podcast thing. I don't want to sing.
You don't want to have audio entertainment.
I'm not your monkey. I'm not like your little dancing, singing monkey.
I mean, you
you put a little nickel in my hand, and then I go, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Well, you kind of just did.
But I'm not really. I'm not committing to it. I'm just an example of something that I'm not going to do.
Okay. What if I don't want you to do it?
All right, then I won't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm certainly not going to do anything that you don't want me to do.
Okay. But you're also not going to do things that I want you to do.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. I'm confused.
And that's the end of this week's episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name has been and always will be Gregory Benson.
My name has been, and time will tell if it will remain, Craig Benzine.
Well, I hope there's going to be a change in your name. Some people change their names.
I find it very unlikely, but you never know.
You never know. It's nice not to close the door on that possibility. Yeah. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll talk at you next week, and hopefully next week it'll be
better,
a better episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.